Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for a bench press day, and today ended up really just being a deload workout. It's one of those where I didn't want to train today. I'm like, I feel like I should take a day off and go back to bed. I got in and started ramping up the bench, and I actually felt pretty strong, so I went ahead and put 335 on the bar and did a triple. Nice good pause reps on all of them. Felt good with it, but I noticed my hamstrings were cramping a little on the warm up, right, as I was ramping up to this. And after this set, I just felt like a deep fatigue. Like I felt strong. Again, the set looked good, everything was good, but it's just one of those cases where my whole body's just like, we really need some rest. So, I went ahead, I had loaded the bar to do row supersets with my benching because I do want to work some barbell rows back in along with the dumbbell rows. And I was actually going to do some incline benching today. But, I just felt my body needs a bit of a break, right? There was a little bit of heavy work. We got some training response from that. Let's just come in and do a bunch of pump work on arms, right? Do a bunch of pump work on arms and call it a day, right? I feel like if I get a nice, good amount of rest this weekend, the benching will be really strong come Monday. Because again, that 335, it felt pretty good. It actually felt pretty good. Now on the skull crushers, I wanted to mess around. I'm like, since it's just going to be kind of a arm pump day anyways, I went ahead and went with a wider grip on these just to see how it felt. And I mean, the weight was good, but I didn't feel like the long head of the tricep as much, like the way I normally do. So I'm going to go back to the real close grip on these after this. But I did, I think, 4 sets of these. The first 3 I got 12, and then the last set, about 8 reps, it felt like I was reaching failure. So I'm just like, my triceps are cramping up. So I did these, and like I said, they felt good overall. Feels like a good weight to be working with, but I want to go with that closer grip next time. But that's something I'll discuss in the next vlog. I really spent a bunch of time looking at the entire month right before I got the 315 for 8 bench press. All right. It's not the week of that determines, our gains. I went back and looked at the entire month before it. So I looked at that and I looked at the 8 workouts, right? Because 2 upper body workouts every single week. I looked at all 8 workouts and looked for the trends, what I did for rep work, what I did for supplemental work. And there's definitely was a distinct trend there. So I have to take that into consideration with what I'm doing. Right, I've got to take it into consideration because I need to be back at that. Same thing with that 335. Really, I need to be repping that for 5 again. I felt like that was really a good spot. When I can do 5 pause reps there, we're back on track. But again, I looked really closely that month before. What did my exact volume look like? What sort of weights, what sort of reps did I do on all of my supplemental work? And I'm kind of almost going, I should probably repeat that. Should probably repeat that month. Other than I don't know if I want to do the power curls. I might do heavy dumbbell curls in place of it. But I did have skull crushers in there. I did have skull crushers all the way up until that point. Previously, I think the month before that, it was a bunch of JM presses. But, the month leading into some serious PRs a whole month before always has to be looked at as a positive thing. And it's always me coming up with an excuse not to do the incline bench. Because that's the thing that I notice. I can't improve on the incline bench and JM press at the same time. I really can't. That's why I always have to pick and choose workout to workout. But I'm okay with having spent, a couple weeks on the JM press. The thing I realized from doing that, my triceps are really strong. Right? My triceps are really strong. I had no trouble really moving some heavy weight on the JM press. Right? So what did we do for the rest of this workout? I decided let's do stuff a little bit different. I already had the easy bar loaded. I wanted to just get a good pump workout for my arms and get out of there, right? Just so I can start recovering. I went and took a nap after I did this, by the way, before I even recorded this. So I'm like, let me do some of these. I got some sets of 20 with that. Because look, I already have the easy bar loaded. Let's just do it. And then just do the really high rep band press downs. And this is about the lightest band setup I can do. So I just more or less took a bunch of these to failure. And I didn't even count reps. I just let them go till I felt the burn, and then it felt like I couldn't do another rep. But for the easy bar curls, I think I got at least 20 for the first couple sets, and then after that, they just started degrading. And the thing I noticed, the pump just got too intense for me to do another set. That's the one problem we do run into when we mess with pump work. Right? It's one of the issues we do get. Sometimes we just run out of steam. But, I am looking jacked doing these. I'm looking jacked. Even that other previous incline benching, I think, left that whole area, the whole front delt, upper chest, reasonably thick. But, I feel like all of that needs to continue to come up. If I want my bench to get better, we've got to get thicker there. We need thicker triceps. We need thicker triceps, and then biceps don't hurt. Biceps don't hurt. It gives me a little more stability on the bench. Plus, again, at the end of the day, it's what I've been saying lately. I mean, getting strong doesn't require us to do that much heavy work, right? About 10% of my workouts are my heavy big three. Everything else is just about getting jacked. Getting thick in the right places, like we need to put a little more focus there, but just get big. Just get everything thick. Everything needs to get thick. Okay? Body composition matters. So if we're going to weigh a certain amount, it's better to be leaner too. It's one reason I focus so much on body composition. If you're going to be in a weight class, as much of that weight as is reasonably possible needs to be muscle mass and lean tissue, right? Needs to be muscle mass and lean tissue. Again, if we're looking at weight classes and things. And I've got to watch that also because my quads are going to be growing again now that I'm doing squat work, right? Doing the belt squats, doing back squats, and that's going really, really well. And I think that's a big factor in why I'm starting to feel that fatigue. Again, my body is probably shocked a little bit from all the quad work again. Those are big muscles, right? It's big muscles. Things like peripheral nervous system, just kind of get fatigued from all of it. Plus, I did really heavy belt squats this week, and I do think looking at that, I should probably ease that over to 10s. I'm probably going to ease most of my upper body stuff back over to 10s. 8 plus. It doesn't have to be 10, but I think I want to be closer to that, just to find that good balance. And I think, we can get away with that if we do a really heavy set on our stuff first. So again, it's all about the workout. And that always has to be taken into perspective. The flow of the workout matters. What we do for the entirety of the workout matters more than saying, oh, you're doing sets of 10s. Well, I did a really heavy triple first, though. Right? That changes everything. And there's my back development. But yeah, I did a bunch of set of band press downs to pretty much to failure, and then called it a day from there. Just got an arm pump, right, after that heavy set of bench. And let's just heal, recover, and shoot for better numbers next week. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.